We need a 70 million line to join with Swaziland. And if we can do that, 70 kilometers, and if we can build a rail track 70 kilometers, we have an existing line between Swaziland and Richards Bay. And the possibility that exists there is that we can then dedicate all our GFB lines via Swaziland, and then dedicate the coal line, the MLO Richards Bay line, to just coal. Now that will take us to about 95, way above the 81 that we're talking about, and maybe even meet or exceed the demand that is here with capacity, because Mr. Chirwa always says, yeah, but we've got 91 at the port. And if we can do that 70 kilometers, I'm quite sure that we will improve the performance of the coal line quite dramatically. So it is something that we're investigating. Mr. Gama has been talking to Swazi Rail. They are prepared to put in the line, because it will mean quite a lot for Swaziland that we have a rail link that goes through Swaziland, and we can put in all our GFB business via Swaziland. And that will deal with our problem on the coal line. But this links with the Waterberg, because if we go and have an increased capacity of coal transportation from the Waterberg to Richards Bay, we already have limited capacity on the MLO line. So we have to program things in such a way that we don't have trains getting stuck in MLO, because we suddenly increased capacity from the north in the Waterberg. So we have to schedule these things in such a way that when we are able to increase the capacity on the MLO Richards Bay, we can put in additional capacity from the Waterberg. So, and it's unfortunately not something that will be concluded in one financial year. It is something that will happen over 2 or 3 financial years. But the building of the 70-kilometer line is something that we think is quite critical. That we are now discussing what is the best way of doing it quickly. I believe Swazi Rail says there's money from the Washington institutions for them to build in the line, so we will explore that as well. The Richards Bay coal line revision of targets, I think let's see how this 70-kilometer line goes and what the implications are going to be, and whatever interventions that we're going to do in rail during this year, and then revise the targets for next year. So you will see the revised targets next year. But if we can implement the 70-kilometer line in 24 to 36 months, I'm sure that we will see the improvement of capacity there. I must say that the coal industry has been very supportive. We've been discussing with them, and I think they understand where we come from on this matter. On the Waterberg, we already have a line in Waterberg. It is mainly the small lines that will go from the mines to the main line. But there is already a spine, a line that goes through the Waterberg that we can use. And so the development, quite a lot of the mining houses are quite prepared to make the link from their mines to the main line, and to help us to build the loading stations on the main line. But I don't think that we've done any cost estimate for how much all of that will cost. But like I said, the main priority at the moment would be to relieve pressure on the MLO to Richards Bay, so that when the capacity from the Waterberg comes, it will not be there will not be further congestion on the MLO to Richards Bay line. So that is the scheduling of the activities, and it will be funded either from our balance sheet or from our customers' balance sheets, or private sector participation. We do not anticipate involving any of the IMF or the World Bank or so.